Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. My name's Alan and I want to talk about the Virtuoz by Magie Factory today. Is it worth the $300 plus price tag? Let's find out. So before I start this video, I want to tell you guys a little bit about me. I'm a full-time professional magician. I have made my living doing magic exclusively for the last 15 years. It's been an amazing journey and it's taught me a lot about what I keep in my pocket and what I don't. And I'm very selective about what types of things I add to my repertoire and whether or not they're worth the pocket space. So that's where this whole review is going to be centered around that premise. The other thing I need to tell you is that Magie Factory did send me this Virtuoz for free for review. So take that with a grain of salt, but know that nobody from Magie Factory has asked to review anything that I'm going to say, has in any way colored my opinion about this. I'm not being paid by them in any way. They don't get to watch this video ahead of you. They don't get any editorial input, nothing. In fact, the only thing that Theo Tim from Magie Factory said was, we actually want you to dig into it. If everything sounds great, then there's probably something wrong. And that's true. And I appreciate that they were wanting me to be as critical of it as I can be, right? And I love that. I love that. I think that these guys really put their heart and soul into making a good product, and we're going to see if they succeeded in that. But in any case, they want me to tell you the truth, and I want to tell you guys the truth. So know all of that. Let's get into the video. Whenever you get the package, the first thing you're going to notice is when you open the box, you're going to get this, right? This is such a beautiful piece of packaging. I know it's weird to go on and on about packaging, but man, there's something about having a beautiful package that tells you that the contents on the inside are probably, if not more, well thought out. And this is a beautiful box. So that'll catch you right off there. There's UV printing on there. There's holograms. Tells you what you get in the box. Tells you all kinds of great stuff about the product itself, what it does. It's nice. It's really nice. Okay, that's cute, a package. But we're all here to look at this, the Virtuoz. This is essentially a Bluetooth button and a magnet detector. And well, we're going to talk about those two things. There's other more deeply technical things that I'd like to talk about, but I don't think it's as interesting for a general audience. And so I'm not going to go into those things in this video. If you want to learn more about that, you can watch the that video that I did a couple of days ago. I'll leave it linked up here. It goes into much more depth. So here's the device itself. And it's very small. It fits in your palm, very tiny, just like that. And I got to talk to you about how this is built because I really appreciate this a lot. It's rechargeable, but the rechargeable battery is also replaceable. That's right, with a quarter turn. No having to get out a heat gun and prying things apart and worrying you're going to break things or ruin the warranty. They let you open it up and take out the rechargeable battery. And the rechargeable battery is common enough. It's a big chunk or button cell, but it's a button cell battery. This one is in fact, they even printed on the inside of the device here. That's a LIR 2450. It says to use that kind only. But it's a chunk or button cell, and it just drops in there, put the lid back on, and you're ready to go. This is beautiful. You don't get to see this kind of stuff in consumer electronics anymore. You know, every battery's soldered into place. As much as I love the Peaksmith, it has a soldered-in battery. As much as I love the Pitata Smart Whiteboard, the other boards and all that kind of stuff, those are all soldered in batteries. The only thing that I have of Pitata that lets you take it out is the watch battery, which is nice, but also a chore. You don't get iPhones, you don't get consumer electronics where you can take out the battery and replace it yourself. That's great. I love this. This is designed to be used for years to come, and they won me over. As soon as I saw this and I realized that by itself was a big deal for me. They want you to have this and use this for a very long time to come. In the package, you also get a long-range NFC tag, which is excellent. This you can scan like from that far away. That's amazing by itself. I didn't know why I didn't know about these before, but they're super powerful. And man, it's the size of a playing card, and you can like peel it off as a sticker if you want to and slap it on a playing card or between two playing cards, put it in a card box. You're golden forever. That's lovely. I really like that. Nice addition. You also get a dual-sided NFC chip, and that's the size of a $50. It's flesh colored, and you can actually put two different NFC inputs onto it, which is great. I've seemed to have misplaced mine right before filming this, but I know it's around somewhere. It's nice. I will say, and you'll see in the live video that I did as well, that the way that it was 3D printed, like the lid popped off. But that's no big deal. It let me get a look at the insides, which was fun. And then all I had to do was actually just put a little bit of super glue on it, press it back together, and it was good as new again. So no big deal. And I really liked having that dual-sided NFC chip. That's really a cool addition. The last big thing that I want to mention here is the wrist strap. You get a wrist strap in it with a plastic holder for the Virtuoz device. And I hope this has changed in future generations, but this one is just a little too rigid. I wish it was just a little bit softer, this plastic here, so it was easier to pop in and out the Virtuoz instead of, like, I can get it in there, but I have to kind of force press it in there, and it kind of scares me that I'm going to break it when I do that. So it's that, or you have to remove the whole wrist strap, which is really a pretty big chore. So hopefully in future generations, they'll have a softer plastic that's easier to press the device in and out, take it out, in and out whenever you want to. But know that whenever it goes in here, it's going to stay solidly in here, and you never really have to remove it. If you're comfortable with wearing it on your wrist, then you've got a cutout there for the charging port, which is great. And the other thing I like is I like wearing it a little bit higher up. It's great for witch hand effects, feeling that with the close proximity in your hand instead of actually having to hold anything in your hands. And then also, if you want to press the buttons, that's actually easy enough to activate from pressing on your hip. Just pressing down here, my hip's right there, and you can activate the button. It's a big, wide button, very easy to press when you want to, and then it'll click it so you can still control all of your effects hands-free with that. What I want to talk about, I think the two large value propositions here are the Virtuoz app itself. You get R-Lite and R-Touch with it, and those are pretty neat apps too, and you'll have a lot of fun playing with those and developing routines. But I really want to talk about the Virtuoz app, and I want to talk about the magnet detection, because I think those are the two big things most people are going to care about. The Virtuoz app, what is that? Well, it allows you to control your Virtuoz device. It also functions as an app library. And that's one of the huge value propositions here, because what that means is that with a single NFC chip, you can now access all of the apps that you were currently using with all your different NFC chips. What I mean to say is, I have friends who actually have pocket indexes for all of their NFC chips. You know, maybe one takes them to earworm, and another one is inject, and another one is R-digit, maybe another one's, you know, and so on and so forth. And so they have to figure out which one by feel is the right one so they can do the effect that they want. That's ridiculous. In 2024, we're still doing that? Come on. So what Magie Factory has done is they said, okay, well, why don't we just take links from all of those and put them into a single library. So whenever you scan the NFC chip on the spectator's phone, it will open up an app clip called Virtuoz. You open that, and inside of that is all of the apps that you want to use all in one place. So you can pick and choose and decide there in the moment which effect you'd like to perform on the spectator's phone. You just touch it, and then it'll prompt you with the app clip. You download it, install it, and then you're able to use it. That's awesome. That's for any effect that you have that you're currently using NFC chips for. All condensed down into a single NFC chip. That by itself is amazing. It also allows you to delete all of those app clips with 2 taps. You go to the Virtuoz app on their phone, you hit delete all, and then it'll pull up a sub-menu inside of Apple's settings menu, and then it'll show you all of the app clips. You press another one, it says delete, deletes all of them, and you're clean. It's freaking gorgeous. The button itself works amazing for things because it actually pairs to the spectator's phone. So now you have a way to control R-Digit Plus on a spectator's phone, do all the number animations and all that stuff without ever touching or picking up their phone at all, just with the Bluetooth button press. That's amazing. There is probably a lot more that's going to come out from using this Bluetooth button, being able to control a spectator's phone with your Bluetooth remote. It's incredible. That's incredible what it can do. I also see a world, maybe eventually, hopefully, fingers crossed, where you know, Notarized has the same function. So you can do things like you can, well, kill the apps. You press and hold the button, and it will kill the app and auto close it on the spectator's phone. That's great for cleaning up. I love that. The way that they've also handled like apps that, like the app clips that stay inside the store or stay inside the phone, they've also handled how they have the app clips show up on the spectator's phone. So now if the spectator discovers the app clips, say you weren't able to clean them up or able to delete them, Now, whenever a spectator curiously, if they come to it and they open it up, all it will do is serve as a redirect to the Apple App Store. That's awesome. That's you know, just an incredible way to set that up, so that way you're never left really that dirty at all. Yes, there's an app clip on their phone, they don't know what it is, but it just goes straight to the Apple App Store. Incredible. Again, I could go into a lot of the technical details about what's happening in this software, but know that the way that it manages and helps you manage apps is incredible. The chaining feature is also incredible because you can, at least with Magie Factory apps right now, or things by Chris Tarenti, you can have each app kind of like hand off to another app. So let's say I wanted to perform R light and have the lights dance on my phone and the spectator's phone. And then from there I want to perform R digit and then like remove, you know, numbers from the calculator and put them on my spectator's phone. All I have to do is triple tap my spectator's phone and it will prompt the download and then open up the next app. And then you can go from there and you can forward it on to another app. The only thing you can't do right now is you can't take a third-party app and have it forward off to another app. You have to kind of stop with a third-party app. So the way I have it set up right now is R light, which the lights dance, R digit, which then forwards to notarized, and then notarized has to be the last one because notarized doesn't have a feature to allow you to then chain the opening of another app from there. So you kind of have to stop there. But what I do that for is because notarized allows me to auto-delete all of those apps as well from the long pressing the camera button, right? Like you could normally do with the cleanup. So that's why I have it set up that way, ending with notarized. The only thing really holding Virtuoz back right now is just that it's so new and it doesn't have widespread adoption. This is the kind of thing that is going to take a while to kind of get other developers on board and adding the feature sets to their own apps. So I envision a world where you'll be able to auto quit any app from the Virtuoz device and also be able to do handoff so you can link apps together into a routine. I love that feature, and the only thing that sucks about it is that it's really only inside the Magie Factory bubble of apps right now. Hopefully that will be changing very, very soon. Magie Factory has also said that they are dedicated to developing for this long term, and this is kind of like where we're starting, but there's no telling where it's going to go with updates and changes and improvements over time. So I'm really excited to see where this ends up, but it's already a pretty great value proposition as is. The second thing I want to talk about is the magnet detection. With a simple long press on the button, it changes modes from app control mode to magnet detection mode. Magnet detection mode is excellent. You can spend $300 on a decent magnet detector already. Virtuoz does the app stuff, the library, and also does magnet detection for $300. So there's a huge value proposition there. The magnet detection is incredible. I have been able to play Witch Hand with just about everybody I've come across for the last week that I've had this, and it is such a joy to use. It's super simple, super easy, and very responsive. I love the Witch Hand and the magnet detection on this device. It is super responsive. You can get it from a very long distance away, and I'm very impressed with that. So if you got this just to do Witch Hand, you'd be in a good spot. But the fact that it does that, and then it has this entire Magic app library and can do all these really cool handoffs and auto quits of things, and it can get very technical very quickly. Just know the magnet detection is excellent, and know that the app controlling is excellent. The Bluetooth is incredible. Being able to Bluetooth control a spectator's phone to do different effects works excellently at long distances. It's super responsive. And one more thing I'll tell you about. Say you have something like R digit, which I don't know anybody who doesn't have R digit who's a professional magician. You also can get prompts. So whenever you're performing R digit with the Bluetooth remote, with the Virtuoz, you will get vibrations to let you know right before an animation is going to happen, so that way you can sync your movements with what's going to happen on screen, and so you have perfect timing every single time. These are just a couple of the things. I could just ramble on about it forever. It's worth the $300, considering you could spend $299 and get Flux, which is a only does magnet detection, but you're getting a solid magnet detector, and you're also getting such an incredible suite of software with this. I mean, I really can't recommend this highly enough. This will fit in your pocket and will completely revolutionize the way that you're performing app magic right now already, and it's only going to get better in the future. I really think that this is a worthwhile investment for anybody who's trying to take their app magic to the next level. It's almost mandatory. You have to get one of these. It's very good, very good. Thank you so very much for watching this review. Hopefully I've answered your questions. If you still have some, I recommend you take a look at my long form video, which I think I left a clip up here before, but I also have it linked in the description below. If you have any more questions, please leave me a comment down below, and I will get back to you ASAP to help you make a purchasing decision. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.